An echo chamber is a metaphorical description of a situation in which information, ideas, or beliefs are amplified or reinforced by communication and repetition inside a defined system. Inside a figurative echo chamber, official sources often go unquestioned, and different or competing views are censored, disallowed, or otherwise underrepresented.
All right. Sorry you all have had to wait. We've had a busy morning. All right. We're here on the record on status with regard to case number 10-2-19. Jessica Pruitt appears here in person by counsel Michelle Rusin. Respondent Eric Pruitt appears here in person by counsel John Butler. This matter comes on for a status. What we have been working on is a parenting plan for Mr. Pruitt. I don't have a guardian items report, though.
No, you don't have a psychological evaluation yet either.
Confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs or hypotheses while giving disproportionately less consideration to alternative possibilities.
Situation, as far as you know.
As far as I know, we have no psychological, which was recommended by the guardian ad litem. Mr. Butler tells me he's requested it and he cannot get it from the evaluator, so either we need a court order directing its release or we need another evaluation from a different person, I would say. We haven't heard from Kids First. And so it's...
Okay. Mr. Butler?
It's been 9 months or more, and Kids First won't, bump us up to give us visitation time, so he's sitting here in limbo. He did have this evaluator, but I don't know, the guy's kind of flat.
It is a type of cognitive bias and a systematic error of inductive reasoning. People display this bias when they gather or remember information selectively, or when they interpret it in a biased way. The effect is stronger for emotionally charged issues and for deeply entrenched beliefs.
Evaluations are expensive, but certainly we need to move forward because right now my client is not having any parenting time at all.
People also tend to interpret ambiguous evidence as supporting their existing position. Bias search, interpretation, and memory have been invoked to explain attitude polarization, which is when a disagreement becomes more extreme even though the different parties are exposed to the same evidence.
Somewhat problematic.
It really is on, that ends up being on Mr. Pruitt to get us a copy of it because it's hard for us. Court can't do a subpoena or anything outside of West Virginia. And court can't be, I can't just rely on Mr. Pruitt's representation that he got this evaluation. So yes, a local evaluation probably would be helpful. Ms. Rusin, do you have a suggestion?
I mean, they do them at Westbrook.
We have financial assistance too.
Belief preservation, which is when belief persists after the evidence for them is shown to be false. Also, the irrational primacy effect, which is greater reliance on information encountered early in a series. An illusory correlation. Illusory correlation, which is when people falsely perceive an association between two events or situations. A series of experiments in the 1960s suggested that people are biased towards confirming their existing beliefs. Later work reinterpreted these results as a tendency to test ideas in a one-sided way, focusing on one possibility and ignoring alternatives. In certain situations, this tendency can bias people's conclusions. Explanations for the observed biases include wishful thinking and the limited human capacity for to process information. Another explanation is that people show confirmation bias because they are weighing up the costs of being wrong rather than investigating in a neutral, scientific way.
What about for kids first? I mean, I'm at a loss. A supervised third place setting that can't get you visitation in 9 months to a year seems to me like a pretty useless thing. They keep saying that we're on the list, but
So next in line.
yeah.
Are you
Or,
calling Wood County or Ritchie County? Which?
Wood County,
Yeah, would
because that's where she
Do they have
is.
spots open in Ritchie County?
They might.
That might be the solution.
Oh, John, or Gara. Gara
Gara.
Drinko. Yeah. I mean, if she would do it, that'd be as good as any.
I'll bet Gara that's a good solution.
Yeah. Okay.
Because lots of times Gara has slots when I can use Gara in Ritchie County. She usually has slots open. I mean, historically, Ritchie County didn't have all their slots full, whereas Wood
So
County.
you will check with her, Mr. Butler?
Yeah, I'll call her. Yeah. Let her know what's going on and see what she's able
Mr.
to
Butler, if you'll
accommodate.
do today's order, ordering that he produce his
Yeah.
evaluation of positive pathways in Pittsburgh, and he's to contact Westbrook, for an evaluation, psychological evaluation. I was trying to think if we ought to try to characterize it, but I think I'll leave it open-ended at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then you contact Kids First, Gara Drinko, and in the event that there is a slot open, then
Okay.
Now, query, are we going to just indefinitely keep them in Ritchie County, or are we just going to use Ritchie County as a stopgap till Wood County has an opening?
I would say stopgap, because
Yeah.
it's really, I mean, Parkersburg makes sense, if we can get in there, but it's a matter of
Okay.
getting in there.
I've got approval from the YWCA in Wheeling, which is the halfway point between the two residences, to have a exchange there through their program.
Well, we're not there yet, so.
I'm just mentioning that
Okay.
for future reference.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm sure the court, I got put on the bad boy list, for 2 orders.
okay.
And I faxed them down to your office, very indignant that I was put on the bad boy list.
Okay.
And you're not going to tell you're on the list.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So it's kind of ironic I get
I
to
don't
do
know
this.
anybody that was not on the list, now that Dave Fenner is no longer practicing.
And then
Yeah.
my friend Mary Rich Malloy called me up and said, I'm on the list, they're going to turn me into the bar.
I did. She actually irritated me. She actually said, well, I'm a member of the Attorney General's office. I'm not allowed to do anything like that. And I said, I'm going to call your boss. It was an important, a lot of these orders are status orders or continuance orders or whatever.
Right.
Her order, though, was a final divorce order.
So the people weren't divorced?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And,
She said she
and I
sent
had
it
a
to Bill
note,
Powell, and, he was.
and it was Bill Powell's on her side.
Yeah.
But she was actually ordered to do the final
Yeah.
divorce order.
Yeah.
And then we had a something after that, and I had a note too that I had said get the order in here in 10 days, and that was in 2009.
Yeah.
I was like, we got to have this order.
So this was before she was with the Attorney General?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, I
So
don't,
gotta
no
have the
sympathy.
order. I gotta have the order.
Yeah.
I don't know
The
if that
divorce
was-
order,
I
yeah,
might be
you did.
mistaken. It wasn't the final divorce order, but it was an important preliminary order that had some findings that really needed to be done.
Just,
But,
like I say.
Yeah,
can't
I
have
had
these
actually,
all
we'd actually had a
continue.
hearing
Yeah,
after,
I think they're
I think it was
there.
the final hearing, when I said, I gotta have the preliminary, okay, I'll have it to you in 10 days. And I had a specific note, I'm like, I gotta have that order. All right, thank you all.
All right. Set it,
Is that
45 to 60
Yeah, that's fine.
for the guardian ad litem and get the evaluation. Okay.
There's your client list.
Oh, Okay, did he went ahead and left?
Yes.